All right, we are recording. We are starting out for team meeting, and Brandy is our on-time drawing winner. Okay, so Brandy, I will send you. What did I do last month? Did I do $5, $10? What did I do?
I don't know. Lakin won it.
I'll have to ask Lakin. Hold on, I can look. Isn't that terrible? I don't even remember what I did. Anybody else like me that doesn't know whether they're coming or going most days? Well, that's kind of why we're going to have this meeting tonight. All right, it's $10. There we go. $10 to Brandy. All right, perfect. All right, so we are going to end the year with a bang, and I'm super excited. But when we close out one year and get ready to start another year, there's a lot of thought process that needs to go into that. And so we're going to start things off. How many of you guys watched the Disney trip video? Did anyone watch that yet? Yay! Good. Then guess what we're going to do first? Let's watch a video. Let me find it. Well, where did it go? Hold on. Oh, hey, it helps to open your browser up. What do you think? I think that helps to open the browser up. Just a tad. All right, so we're going to watch this amazing video real quick because, you know, I have been with Pampered Chef now for 7.5 years, and probably the most magical trip me and my family have gotten to take was to Disney. And so around every 5 years, Pampered Chef takes over Disney. So let's watch this video together. If you have background noise, I'm just going to ask you guys to mute. That way everybody can hear.
Can't hear it, Becky. Can't hear you either. You're muted.
Nobody can hear the video?
No.
No.
What the heck?
Was it because you were muted?
Maybe. Let me see. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, I bet that's probably what it is. Tell me if you can now.
Look at all of these fabulous photos from our past Disney trips.
We're going to start it over.
For those of you that have never traveled with the Pampered Chef, we have an experience waiting for you that's unlike any other. We do things that you wouldn't do on your own. At least I wouldn't. And what's been amazing is when you see all these different people that you work with and you become friends, and now you're engaging at a different level because you're on vacations together and you look forward to those vacations every year. And it's just awesome. It's just awesome. Don't miss out on a gift that you can give to yourself and your family unlike any other.
Jesse, look at all of these fabulous photos from our past Disney trips. Oh my goodness. Oh, and look at this one with Doris. She's with Mickey and Minnie. I love that. You know, Disney takes magic to a whole new level, and the memories we make there with our Pampered Chef family are truly heartwarming.
I gotta tell you, Jean, I can see from these photos that this is a trip that I wouldn't want to miss. 4 theme parks, parades, fireworks, all the magic Disney brings, plus being with thousands of our closest Pampered Chef friends. I gotta tell you, I'm in.
I'm in for sure. Disney is a place of wonder and memories, and the site of some of the best trips we've ever taken. I know our field is thrilled about going back in 2020, and I've heard they're anxiously awaiting all the details. So, are you ready? Let's share the details of the trip and how to earn it.
I am super excited to announce that in 2020, we're all going to be staying at the same resort. How great is that?
Woohoo!
All Pampered Chef achievers and their families in one place. So there'll be plenty of time to see all of our old friends and make some new ones too. Pampered Chef will be in the house.
And it's Walt Disney World's newest reimagined property, the Coronado Springs Resort. Reimagined means that all guest rooms are being renovated. New dining options are being added, and they're building a stunning 15-story tower overlooking the beautiful Lago Dorado, which will be completed in summer of 2019.
Plus, the new Coronado Springs Resort will have 4 swimming pools and a white sandy beach. This is going to be one amazing vacation. The reimagined tower isn't even open yet, but let's take a quick look at this video of how gorgeous it's going to be.
Wow, Jesse, that looks amazing.
And Jean, those ears are amazing.
Aren't they fantastic? And I have to say, yours look fabulous. You know, I'm really looking forward to this. With so much to see and do at Walt Disney World, there's something for everyone. Let's take a look at what's included in this trip for 4.
Jean, did you say a trip for 4?
I did. It is a trip for 4. It is so exciting. Level 1 achievers will stay 3 nights in a newly reimagined room at Coronado Springs Resort. You'll receive $500 cash allowance and 4 3-day park hopper tickets, which allow you to enjoy any park you wish. You'll also have access to an exclusive group event. Pampered Chef will be taking over Typhoon Lagoon.
That's awesome.
You and your guests will enjoy an evening of tidal wave fun and excitement. We'll hit the water slides, dance to a DJ, enjoy dinner, and of course, create memories with our Pampered Chef family.
Jean, that sounds amazing. And for those of you who are going for our level 2, here's what you'll get. Level 2 achievers will also be staying 3 nights in the brand new 15-story tower of Coronado Springs Resort. You'll get airfare and transfers for you and your 3 guests, 4 3-day park hopper tickets, access to our exclusive group event, and you'll get breakfast vouchers in the amount of $225. Now, these vouchers let you eat where you like and when you like. So whether you want to sleep in and relax or be the first in line at the parks, the choice is yours with your breakfast vouchers.
I know you'll be first in line at the park. Something tells me this, Jesse. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Personally, I like to explore the resort and take in all the magic and wonder that Disney offers. And the food. Disney does have some of the most amazing restaurants, especially all the great offerings at Disney Springs. I can't wait to check those out. But before I get distracted, let's talk a little bit about Level 2 Elite Achievers. Level 2 Elite Achievers will get a bonus night for a 4-night stay in the brand new 15-story tower, airfare and transfers for you and your 3 guests, 4 4-day park hopper tickets, which gives you an additional day to enjoy Disney, access to the exclusive park group event, breakfast vouchers worth $325 to dine as you choose, and an invitation to a bonus special event and dinner.
This all sounds fantastic, but I bet you're wondering what you need to do to achieve it. Well, this is a trip for 4, but we've decided to keep the point structure as is for 2019 earning period.
Woohoo! That is so right. You get this Walt Disney World vacation for you and 3 guests with the same point model as the 2018 earning year. And we have another really sweet bonus. The points you earn for developing directors will now also count for re-promotes.
We know how important a Disney trip is to our consultants, so we wanted to make sure that you can set your goals and earn this trip for you and your family.
And for those of you that want to make it a trip for 2, we have you covered. You'll get to choose from park hopper tickets, spa treatments, rounds of golf, or seeing the magic firsthand at some behind-the-scenes tours. How cool is that?
It's awesome. And I know you're ready to get rolling and set up 2019 to achieve Disney. We're here to support you as you work to earn your dream Disney vacation. It's truly magic in the making. Go to Consultants Corner to get all the details.
So, set your goals to achieve this magical trip.
And we'll see you in Disney. Let's do this.
Woo!
Welcome to all of the magic and all of the wonder of Walt Disney World Resort. And just imagine, you're going to be right here in the middle of everything. So come, let us show you why your time with us is sure to be truly magical. From all of us here at Walt Disney World Resort, we're looking forward to helping you make your stay as magical and memorable as can be. See you real soon.
You know, actually, to earn my first trip to Disney, I had to really kick it into gear. By the time I decided to earn that trip, there were only a handful of months left, and I sat down and figured it out. Well, maybe this is a possibility, but I found out that I needed to do 25 shows in 2 months and average $100 over company average with each party. And I needed to promote to director at the same time so that I would have the lower trips. And I took that all to my husband and I showed it to him and he said, go for it. And I said, what? Didn't you hear what I just said? I would have to do all of these shows and all of this. And he said to me, he looked at me and he said, very wise man, he said, you won't know if you don't try. And that's all I needed to be able to kick it into gear and make this happen. And knowing that I had the support, and that was just what launched me into wanting to make this happen for us and for our family.
So, Becky Ishii said it best when she said, what did she say at the end? You don't know unless you try, right? And it's true. So I'll tell you guys that, you know, the very first time I ever earned a trip, I didn't think that I could do it either. You know, it seems like it's not within your reach. It's not within your, you know, grasp. Like it seems like it's, oh my gosh, it's really hard. And only the top sellers earn those trips. And the first trip that I earned, I barely squeaked by and I barely earned that trip, but I did it, right? The next year I earned it like months out. But I'll tell you guys, once you earn one Pampered Chef trip, you'll never not earn a Pampered Chef trip, because they take earning a trip to the whole next level. Like when we are talking about going to Disneyland with your family or Disney World with your family, nobody does it better than Pampered Chef, guys. And I'm not even like, that is not even an underestimation of what I'm telling you. You know, when we took our very first Disney trip, they literally shut Disneyland Park down for Pampered Chef for 4 hours. Okay, it was nothing but Pampered Chef consultants in the entire in the entire Disney park at that point for 4 hours. They did a private fireworks show for us, a private watercolor show for us, and it was literally the most magical trip I've ever been on in my life. Now, I'll tell you, how many of you guys have ever been to Disney? Okay. Now, if you ask, most people can't afford to go to Disney, right? It's very expensive, you know, and especially we were never able to, even with a great income, we were never able to go because of our work schedules. But let alone the fact that the amount of money that it takes for a family to go to a Disney vacation it's normally without, you know, not within people's grasp, you know. You have to save for it, you know, you got to plan for it. And that for me was the most magical thing about Disney, is that I was able to, with my business, give my family something that would have never been possible before. And it never was possible before. So when we went to Disney World, it was the first time we ever as a family got to experience a trip like that together. And, you know, my oldest daughter, Maddie, that's 21, she told me right after that trip, she was like, Mom, she said, that is one memory that I will carry with me the rest of my life. And I asked her, I was like, what do you mean? And she said, the fact that your business just made that vacation happen for our family. You know, my family, I think that they respect my business a lot more because they know, they see, and they experience the things that most of us don't ever think are possible. You know, most people, if you ask most people, and it's funny, me and Brandon were just talking about this. Most people, when you think of direct sales companies, don't see what we do as a way for someone to make a lucrative financial contribution to their family, okay? Most people look at us in direct sales as being someone that just does this for fun, okay? That just wants to make a couple extra bucks. They don't see that the big picture income is possible. The big picture vacations are possible, right? Most people don't see that because they've never experienced it. So I know most people are going to be sitting there and they're going to be thinking at this point, well, that's great for you, Becky. You have a really strong business and you can earn the trips. Well, I'm here to tell you guys that each and every one of you guys can earn these trips, okay? All it takes is a plan. You have to have a plan for your business. You have to touch your business every single day in order to make big things happen with it. You know, have you guys ever seen or known someone that was really successful at something, but then when you thought about it and you thought about that person, did you ever think that that person didn't give 110% to get where they were at with it? You know, you guys know that in most companies, when you work for someone else, you promote, right? You promote upwards on your own merit, right? You promote on your own merit. You promote because you work really hard for it. You know, you get an income increase because you work really hard for it. You get that new title because you work really hard for it. And the same is to be said with Pampered Chef. You know, we have the ability though, where when you work in a regular company, some of us, it takes a long time to promote upwards. Would you guys agree? You know, some of us are waiting for promotions 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 years, where literally in this business, if you make a decision tomorrow that you want to promote, guess what you can do? You can promote, okay? You don't have to ask anyone's permission to do that, okay? The only thing that you have to do is have a plan in order to make that happen. And so that's kind of what I want to spend time this evening talking about, is how many of you guys would love to earn a Disney vacation? How many of you guys are like, oh my gosh, I want my family to be there? How many of you guys would stay committed to what you just raised your hands to? You know, how many of you are willing to give that extra, you know, instead of taking 10 minutes to, I don't know, hop on Facebook just to goof off and scroll, you know, to take that 10 minutes to work on your business instead, you know, instead of, I don't know, watching, you know, Criminal Minds for an hour, taking that hour of time to really focus on your business, because that's really what it takes. Okay. It really takes somebody that is driven, somebody that is willing to sit down and plan out their time, stay committed to it, and invest in not anyone else, but in yourself. Okay? There's nobody in this business that is successful by chance. People that are successful with Pampered Chef or any other direct sell companies are successful because they're intentional in their business. You have to be intentional. And what do I mean by intentional? Intentional is finding a way to do it no matter what. Okay? Intentional is every day I wake up, I know that I am going to work on my business at some point in the next 24 hours. Because believe it or not, guys, we all have life. We all have the same 24 hours every single day. And it's just what you choose to focus on is where you're going to yield your results, right? So if I focus on, I don't know, eating 7 meals a day, then I'm going to gain about 20 pounds by the end of the week. That's intentional, right? If I focus every day, 1 hour a day on my business, and I know during that 1 hour exactly what I'm going to do and exactly what I want to accomplish with that hour, by the end of the week, you're going to be able to achieve business results because you have focused, committed, planned time for your business. And that's really what you need to have in order to make things like a Pampered Chef trip happen, okay? So how many of you guys printed out the stuff that I asked you guys to print out? Okay, good. And if you haven't, that's okay. You can go back and do it. So I want to kind of walk through what some of the things are that I had you guys print. So can everyone see my screen? Okay, and you guys all see the flyer that says Magic in the Making? Okay, so I print this out. I keep this in front of me. I have it right over here on my vision board. For this year's trip that we're, just getting ready to finish earning. And what I love about this is that it literally breaks it down into small bite-sized chunks, okay? They've done the flyer a little bit different this year, which I really, really like because, you go from 5 to 10, 10 to 20, and then about every 10,000 from there on up. When I earned Disney the very first time, I will tell you that my best piece of advice for you guys to earn Disney is not only the planning portion, okay, but get your family involved in your business. Why would you want your family to be involved in your business? Because they're earning this trip with you, okay? This is a family trip. And so in order for a family trip to happen, there's no feeling like when I got to tell my kids that we earned that trip, but they knew it before I did because they were the ones that literally were crossing off each one of these levels as we accomplished them. Okay, they did it. And so they were tracking it right along with me. I had the kids, they would, put labels on catalogs for me. They would put labels on order forms for me. They would help cut flyers apart, the kit credits apart. They would help me make host packets. And why would I ask them to do those things? Because they're earning the trip right along with me, okay? And so I was trying to teach the value of not only are they earning the trip, but they're also working with me towards it. And so when we accomplished it, we accomplished it together as a family, okay? And so that's what I recommend that you guys do. Print this out, explain to your kiddos what it is. Let them help you track it. When they get to cross off another one of those little stars on there, how excited are they going to be? Okay. When they're like, oh my gosh, Mom, we only need, 7 more, and what is that going to do for you? When you get up to about right here, when you're at 40,000 or 30,000, and you know that you have to be at 56,000 to earn that first level of trip, how much harder are you going to work to fill those last 2 stars up? You're going to bust your butt, right, to make that happen when you get that close to it. Another thing that we did as a family, which was really, really fun, is that we all took mason jars, and actually I should have brought them down. Everybody had a mason jar, and everybody had a little character. Every one of the family members had a character on the outside of their mason jar. And so, when we would have spare change, we would throw it into the Disney jars, and that was their savings jar for Disney that they got to spend money on whatever. And when they helped me with the little tasks in the office, I would put a couple bucks in there. I would throw a couple dollar bills in there, or a $5 bill, so that they knew that they were saving right along for Disney like I was, and again, they were earning their money for that trip. So it made it really, really exciting and special. So that's kind of some piece of advice on that end for that. Any questions on that tracker form at all? Because we're going to kind of dive into the numbers here in a second, because I think numbers is really where people struggle, okay? You see this big, huge number of points that you need to hit. Does that scare anyone? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, it's very scary. The first time you start tracking for a trip, it's kind of like, oh my gosh, it seems so impossible. But I think when you dive into the numbers a little bit, it really makes sense, okay, on how so many people in our company are able to earn these trips. So let's go to this other flyer, or this other thing that I had you guys print out. And so when you look at this, let me move this out of my way so I can see what I'm doing. So if you look at the top section up here, okay, it has it broken down January through December, because that's our earning period for the trips. You have level 1, you have level 2, and you have level 3 across the top, okay? When you go down to level 1 category, this shows you by month how many points you would need to earn, okay? So for most people, you guys are like, oh my God, 4,600 points. How the heck am I going to do 4,600 points? So I want you guys to think about this in a couple different ways. Some of us are really strong sellers. Some of us are really strong recruiters. And some of us are a really good combination of both. And I will tell you the easiest way to earn a trip is through recruiting, okay? Because for every new recruit that you bring on your team, when they qualify, which means they do what?
Goes to show.
$12.50 in the first 90 days.
And actually, in order to earn the 3,000 points, it can be at any point as long as they haven't gone inactive. Okay, so that's another perk to it.
Oh, okay.
But for every qualified recruit that you bring onto your team, you get 3,000 points. Does that excite anyone? So think about it. If in January you recruited one person and they qualify, and you did $1,667 in sales, you now just met the requirements for January, right? Pretty easy. One recruit and $1,600 worth of sales. So if you get yourself into that habit, that's what happens, okay? And that's how people earn trips. So, again, like I said, once you start recruiting, you will find your groove with it. I have friends that by April or May, they've earned like level 2 trips from sales and recruiting. I earned Hawaii in July. Okay. So I'm really, really close to earning the top level of the elite trip this year. I'm not sure if I'm going to reach it, but I'm not going to give up until the very last minute of December. I won't give up, because again, we can make big things happen when we really, really try and push for them. So what I recommend for you guys, if you're really looking to do this, if you want to earn a trip, is start to grow a business. Start to grow a business, which means you grow a team, okay? Because you can have a personal business, but I'm telling you guys, the best feeling in the world is when you grow it with someone, okay? And you get to start developing and helping other people reach the same goals that you're trying to accomplish. So that's up here. This is what a consultant, a senior consultant, and a team leader needs, okay, up at the top. Now, let's say you guys decide to move into directorship. Guess what happens there? Do you guys see the difference? What happens? You're muted. You guys can unmute if you don't have a lot of background noise.
It goes down.
It goes down, right? So instead of needing 56,000 points for a level 1 trip, you now need 52,000 points for a level 1 trip. So there's a nice little reduction in there. Let alone the fact that you're now earning more income, right? You're also helping to mentor and grow other people. And then now you're also in a better place for your Disney trip to earn it. So again, now you're down to a level 1 trip, 4,300 points the very first month. So again, that's $1,300 in sales and 1 recruit that qualifies. Or let's say you just want to go gung-ho and recruit. There literally are people that don't do it by sales and do it strictly by recruiting. Because if you think about it, 52,000 broken down by 3,000 points is how many? How many recruits is that? I'm not great with math tonight. That's like what, 3,000. My brain hurts. Where's my calculator? That's why God made calculators for people like me. So that's 17 qualified recruits in a year. Okay. So you could do it. You could earn it that way too. Now, if you go on to Consultant's Corner, there is also what is called a consistency bonus. Okay. So by quarter, I believe it is when you sell $2,500. Don't quote me on that. It might be $3,000 a month. I'll have to look. I don't know but there's a consistency bonus that they also give you bonus points per quarter that you can earn that way too. Okay, so it's just extra points that you can earn when you're consistent with your business. So there's lots of ways, guys. The biggest thing is to decide what your personal plan is going to be for earning your trip, okay? So you need to decide, okay, so am I going to do this all by sales? Because that's possible. The first year that I earned my first trip, that's how I did it. I did it all by sales. I didn't do by recruiting. I may have had 1 or 2 qualified recruits. I wasn't a strong recruiter in the very beginning of my business. And so the majority of my points were from sales. Where now I'm a good split. I'm a good split between recruiting and with sales. And so the best part is that you get to decide how you want to earn it based on your personal strengths. Okay. And, just because you've never recruited anyone yet, does that mean that you're not ever going to? No, because guess what happens when you focus on something? That's where you make the magic happen, right? When you focus on bookings, what do? You book shows. When you focus on selling $2,500 a month, you sell $2,500 a month. Whatever you spend your time and energy on is where you're going to reach your goals. So if you want to do this by recruiting and growing a team, the best way that you can do that is by promoting to a director, okay? Which leads me into our next kind of subject. So the last team meeting, we kind of ended it talking about director bound, okay? Director bound sounds really scary. So I don't even know if I want to call it director bound. What I really think it's all about is leadership, okay? And really growing the next group of leaders within our organization. And so, you know, I have had, I believe it's 4 people that have told me that they really want to participate in January. I'm going to run a program called Director Bound, okay? But it's not too late, okay? If you haven't decided, if you're on the fence with it and just not sure if directorship might be for you or not, then you need to have a conversation with me, okay? It's not as scary as it sounds, okay? I know some people are like, oh my God, I'm just learning this business. Why would I ever want to do that? There's no feeling like learning this business right along with people, right? Beth, do you agree? You know, you, in a matter of literally 30 days, Beth went from being by herself to having how many people on your team? 4? Or 5? 4.
I can't remember now off the top of my head. Brandy was my first one that signed on. Brandy, and then Sierra,
Caroline.
Maggie.
So 4.
Yeah, 4.
Okay. So literally in 30 days, guys, she went from having no recruits to having four consultants on her team. Okay. So it's definitely possible to have rapid growth in this business. Because again, what you focus on is what happens, right? Where you put all those eggs, you know, whichever basket you choose to put those eggs in is where you're going to make the magic happen. So you just have to decide for yourself, what is scary? What is scary about becoming a leader on our team? To me, I don't think there's anything scary about it. You know, it's not like you're going to promote to a director and Becky's going to be like, here you go, have all this extra work. Because that's not going to happen, okay? I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but Tiffany promoted to a director, right? She has a full-time job. Tiffany has been working her rear to the, I mean, 65 hours a week is what she's been working right now with the holidays. And so she hasn't had a lot of time to spend on helping me do trainings and all those other things. And that's okay, because for me, when you walk into a leader role, we work together. We work within your schedule, right? So it's not like you're going to become a leader and Becky's going to be like, well, you got to quit your other job because this is more important. No, ain't nobody got time for that, because that's not how this works. You know, we all choose to do this business in different ways. Some of us work a full-time job alongside doing Pampered Chef. Some of us work Pampered Chef. Some of us work Pampered Chef as a hobby. We get to decide what it looks like. So the same can be said when you become a leader with a team, with a team, is that, yeah, you get to decide, you know, how much energy you want to put into it. Now, granted, you know, I think you're pretty blessed to have somebody that will help you with your teams, because I didn't have that. You know, I for sure didn't have that. It was, here you go, Becky, have fun, learn as you go. Okay. And I'm not like that. Like, I am willing to work with people's schedules. So that is, for me, what I love about my business is that I do choose to do this full time. I have more time to help devote to it, you know, than some people do. And I'm okay with that, because it's my choice, right? That's my choice. What I want from each of you guys, though, is to see who wants that next step, you know, who's ready for that next step. And so I'm going to say that by December 15th, which gives you guys about 9 days, I would love to know who is committed to doing Director Bound. Okay. So that gives you more time to think about it. And at that point, I'm going to have a cutoff. Okay. So if you come to me like the 16th, I'm going to tell you, I'm sorry, you'll have to wait till our next round, because out of respect for everyone that did take the time to be committed to it. But what I want to do is, with everybody that is committed to doing Director Bound, I would like to schedule a Zoom call with you guys as a group, just so we can kind of go over what that's going to look like, okay? And figure out what time is going to be the best for us to do our Director Bound meetings, okay? So let me know by December 15th if you are interested in doing Director Bound. I'm working on possibly doing it with a couple other advanced directors through our company that are very strong leaders in the company. Because again, I think that sometimes people go nose blind. Have you guys ever heard the term nose blind? You know how if you walk into a stinky house and you react to it because you're not used to the smell. But the people who live there, they can't smell it anymore. So that's kind of what happens sometimes when you're the only person training all the time, is that sometimes the team tunes you out because they hear from you all the time. They're like, oh my God, shut up, Becky. We don't want to hear from you anymore. And so sometimes it's valuable to bring in other people to help. Okay. And so the same can be said with their teams. You know, I can offer some new life to their team where they can offer some new life to our team. So that is about that. So again, if you're looking to earn Disney, promoting to a director is going to be a definite step in the right direction that can really help you. Okay. So let's see, what else did we have to share? Let's talk about my favorite subject. You guys ready for it? Who here has thought about what their goals are going to be for 2019? Anybody? Jackie's like, just a little bit. Does setting goals scare anyone? Yeah, some of you yes, some of you no. Okay. I think that goal setting can be very intimidating. Okay. I think that's the word I choose to use when I think of goal setting. And so when it comes time to setting a goal, I think the first thing that you have to think about is, why did you start Pampered Chef? Okay. I want you to think about that just for like 10 seconds. Why did you start Pampered Chef? What made you start your Pampered Chef business? Some of us, it comes to us quicker. Some of us immediately know why we started Pampered Chef. Brandy, you look like you're having way too much fun. Some of us have to dig a little deeper to find out why we started. Some of us just started because we wanted the amazing kit, right? Some of us are like, you know, I just started this because Becky, you're just so cool and I wanted to hang out with you. Jackie, I knew it. I knew it all along. But really, so who would like to say, who wants to tell me why you started Pampered Chef? If I can get like one or two of you guys.
I did it for the extra money.
Extra money, okay? Extra money's good, right? Couple $100 here and there. You know, sometimes it's that, you know, that end of the month where you're like, holy crap, how am I going to pay this bill? You know, if I had a couple $100, that would really help right now. Some of us said that's perfect. That's a great way, you know, reason why to start Pampered Chef. Anybody else?
I wanted stuff for my kitchen.
Right.
Okay. So you were the kitchen connoisseur. Okay. What else? Who else?
We had a kind of like multiple reasons.
What were they?
A backup plan for me.
Okay.
To redo stuff in our kitchen and just to bring us together and go on an adventure together.
I love that.
Yeah.
I really do. Oh, I love that.
There's
Imagine if you guys earned a Disney trip together. Could you, I mean, seriously, just imagine what you just said, and imagine if next year on December 31st, you get to look at each other and say, oh my God, Mike, we earned a trip together. After what you just said. How would that make you feel? I would cry. Like, I would freaking cry my eyes out. If that happens next year, y'all are going to need to have, like, Kleenex tissue boxes for me when I get to, like, be like, oh, my God, you guys all did it. I'm just going to bawl my eyes out.
We have to watch this recording then. We have to watch the recording back.
Right?
That is awesome. Yes, I like it. Okay, so let's go to this other flyer. Was that the wrong one? Where did that? What the heck? Hold on a second. What we got going on here? Well, it says I'm on the right one. Well, it's definitely not the right one. Hold on. Please excuse my technical difficulties. Let me drop this down. I got too many screens open, and this is what happens. Okay. I think we're good now. I think. There it is. Ah, there it is. Yay. Okay, so what are your goals? Okay, what are goals that are important to you guys? And again, I think that this is going to differ from person to person, because I know the reasons why I started Pampered Chef originally, 7.5 years into it are not the same reasons why I continue doing my business now. I started this business because I had a crazy, hectic, stressful job. 70 hours a week, no time to breathe. I was looking for a way to pay credit card debt. So I needed money, but I needed a break. Okay. I needed a fun job. So those were the two reasons that I started. And, the reasons why I stay is my family. I have got the best of both worlds. I am able to provide an income for my family, but yet I'm still able to have time to myself, So I'm not stuck in the house all day, even though some days I would really love to be just hanging out in pajamas, sipping coffee, and eating bagels. That would be great. That would be an ideal Becky day. But, in reality, I'm the kind of person that needs to be out and around people. I have to be around people. Otherwise, I just suck as a person. I need to be around people. So I want you guys to take that paper, if you printed it out, okay? And I want you to look over the handout, and I want you to pick 3 to 5 things on this sheet that are important goals for you, okay? Whether or not they're the part of your why, that's, for you to decide. So take a couple minutes. If you didn't print out the form, you guys can hopefully all see. Can you guys all see the form? That you can pick 3 to 5 reasons why you joined Pampered Chef, or why you continue doing Pampered Chef. So whenever you're ready, if some of you guys could share, that would be awesome. I think we just need to share. Sometimes it's just nice to hear other people talk other than myself. Open that all the way. There. Is that better? There we go. And if there are reasons on there that are, not reasons, you can add your own too. Don't be afraid to add your own ideas.
My child's an expensive kid. That's my goal. She likes to do things, and she gets accepted into things.
Okay, so
and I get to spend time with her.
So for child,
so it would be like, yeah, it'd be like school tuition, because she got accepted into a leadership program. I think I told you that.
Yeah.
And that's $2,300 that I can just earn.
So
it doesn't have to
I love it. Is there a couple other ones on there that fit you?
Yeah, pay off debt, and I want to quit my job.
Okay. Pay off debt, quit job. Jackie and Mike, do you guys have 3 or 4 or 5 or 20?
We have 5. Pay off debt, family vacation are kind of like together. Down payment on a house and monthly expenses and something else personal to us. So.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else? Beth, do you have any chosen?
One is like something personal for me. Family vacation, definitely. Paying off debt and to continue to be able to stay home with the kids.
Love it. Okay. So now that you know the reasons or your why, okay, has anyone ever heard the term SMART goals? Has anyone ever heard that before? Good. Because, a dream without a plan is just a wish. Okay? So we can say, I want to pay my house off. And that's well and good. That's a dream of mine, right? But unless I have a plan to pay that house off, I'm just wishing I could pay my house off. I'm back to dreaming. I'm back to sleep last night. Okay? So, Brandy, what I challenge you to is that you have your daughter expenses, right? You just said $2,300. So the financial piece of it, right? And so how then are you going to take that goal and break that down into bite-sized increments to actually make it happen, right? So what is your SMART plan going to be? And for those of you guys that don't know what a SMART plan is, SMART means specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Okay, everyone got that? Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. So what would make it more specific, right? So Brandy's saying, I'm just picking on you, Brandy. Brandy's saying, if she just said to me, I want to, you know, I need to have expenses for my daughter, you know, okay, so let's get specific. How much money do you need for those child expenses? Okay, what is that dollar amount?
$2,300 by April.
So $2,300, okay? What would make it measurable? So you need to determine the cost of it, okay? So when you determine the cost, you know, you're thinking about all those things, like what is everything going into the cost of what I'm trying to do? What would make it attainable? Putting a large down payment on it by holding shows, you know. Attainable would be, okay, if I need to do this by April, I have January, February, March, and April, right? So that's 4 months to raise $2,300, which breaks it down by month. That would be $400 a month. And if I have $400 a month that I need to earn, how many shows is $400 break down into? You guys see where I'm going with this? Okay. So that if you still want to keep your personal goal and you're just trying to add this $2,300 to your business. So if you were committed to already doing 4 shows, right? You want to do 4 shows a month because that gives you consistent income. And now you're throwing on this extra goal for the year. So I need to now do 2 shows extra a month for a total of 6 shows per month in order to reach my why I do this business and why I'm reaching this next personal goal of mine, okay? Relevancy. Why is it relevant? Why is this important to you? You know, why is this something you want to reach? And time bound. Give yourself a deadline, because again, if you don't have a way to track it or a plan to reach it, it's never going to happen because you're not going to stay committed to it. Whereas if I know I have $2,300 that I need to have by April, and I have a way to break that down into a system for my business, then I'm more likely to reach that $2,300 because I can take all of these SMART factors, put a plan in place in order to reach it every single month, okay? So my challenge for you is this. Take your goals, no matter what they are, and break them down using the SMART system, okay? If you say, I want $500 extra a month to pay, you know, I don't know, my car off faster, how are you going to make $500 extra in income, right? What does $500 look like for your business? How many shows does that break down to? When you break it down to how many shows, when are you going to do those shows? Because that's the next step, right? So I know that I need to do 2 extra shows. We're going back to Randy here. I need to do 2 extra shows a month in order to have that $400 a month in order to reach my $2,300 goal by April. But when I look at my schedule, where are those 2 shows coming in at? When am I doing them? Because again, if we don't plan for that time, we're never going to fit it in. Okay? How many of you guys use a calendar? Okay, and tell me, what are things that you guys plan on your calendar?
Days off.
Days off. Okay, what else?
Family time.
Family time. All right, Jackie and Mike, what do you guys put on your calendar?
A lot of family time, appointments, time off or coverage.
Okay.
Vacation if we get it.
Okay. Beth, what do you put on your calendar?
Anything school related for Liberty's school. Huh?
Okay,
And
so cool stuff.
That's pretty much it.
Okay.
Pay dates and days bills are due.
Okay, so you plan your bills, which that's a good
Yeah.
thing, right? That's a really, really good thing.
Organized.
That's a smart thing right there. So how many of you guys plan for your business?
I have my parties on it.
Okay.
Like they know when parties are going on.
Is parties the only thing that we plan? Ah, okay. So what else do we have to plan in our business?
When we're going to work our business.
Right. And by working your business, what do you mean?
Reaching out to customers.
Okay. What is something else that we have to do in our business?
Follow up.
Touch it. Follow up.
Follow up. Okay. What'd you say, Brandy? Touch it? Did you say touch it every day?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Okay. Branda, what did you say?
Training.
Training. Okay. What else?
Doing Becky's challenges every day.
So would you guys all agree if you sat down and you made a list, okay, because I'm a list person. If you made a list of everything in your business you have to do every single month, that would probably feel a little overwhelming, okay? Because it's a matter of, okay, I know what I need to do, but when am I going to do it? Would you guys all agree? You know you need to host coach, but when are you going to do it? You know you need to do customer care, but when am I going to do it? Do you guys want to see what my calendar looks like? I want to show you guys what my calendar looks like. And only
I'm so excited to see this.
Only because this is really what I'm telling you guys. Not that you need to be Becky. Okay, I want you to each find your own system that works for you because that's really important. You know what is going to work for you and what's not going to work for you. But what I'm going to show you is what you need to break your calendar down into. And the reason you need to do it is because you really do need to find a way to touch every piece of your business every month. Okay, so I'm going to share. I'm a Google Calendar fan. Anybody use Google Calendars?
Yes. We have a family calendar.
Okay, that's good. That's a good thing, right?
Yes.
So I'm a color code kind of person, not only in here, but in my paper calendar, because I do both kind of calendars. Why do I do both kind of calendars? Because this one is more for a system for myself of when I know the big chunks of my time are going to be taken. My paper calendar is more for my shows, to track my shows. Does that make sense to you guys? Because I know when I'm going to work. So if you look at my calendar, so this is on a Sunday, and going into January, I am making some changes with my personal calendar, okay? So I'm only going to do shows every other, so the second and the fourth Sunday. I made a decision that I'm pulling back on Sundays, and I'm only going to do 2 Sundays a month. I'm pulling back, and I'm not going to do any shows going into the new year on Thursdays anymore. So I'm only really going to have shows on Fridays and Saturdays, and then 2 Sundays a month. I've already planned this. You guys see where I'm going? We need to start thinking about what 2019 is going to look for us.
I love that you calendared clean your house.
I got to find a way to do it, okay? So on Sunday, you guys see that I have family time blocked because that's important. You know, having family time is important. We should not work every single day, 24 hours a day. And this is how you'll get to the place in your business where you're not just working all the time, okay? When you actually stay committed to something like this. So if you see on Monday, I have office time from 10 o'clock until 1 o'clock. You guys see that? On Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, which means I'm coming down into the tundra, into the cold, and I'm working in my office. And what I'm doing on Monday is, it's called Me Monday, okay? So it's my personal business. And if I open this up, I don't know, does it show you guys when I opened it up? Okay, so you'll see exactly down in the notes section what I'm working on that Monday. So sending out emails from my weekend shows, making 5 contacts for bookings. I'm closing up parties. I'm getting my show bag ready for the weekend. I'm host coaching for this week's shows. And then I'm making host packets for next month because I always do that 4 weeks out. I do my host packets 4 weeks out. So that's exactly what I'm doing on that Monday. Okay. So I'm not just coming into my office and saying I'm working. I'm coming into my office saying, these are the things that I'm going to stay focused on from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. Does that make sense? Tuesday is my team Tuesday. So Tuesdays are going to be everything team, recognition. I think I'm going to go back to making a newsletter, making outlines, those kinds of things. So anything involved with the team is going to be done from 10 to 1 on Tuesday. On Wednesday is going to be my office time. So this is going to be like actual office time. So running errands, doing my filing, ordering supplies, doing customer care. Okay. So what I've done is I think the best way to do this is sit down with a piece of paper and figure out every piece of your business, every task, every task that you need to do. Make a list of it, okay? And then take that list and break it down into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, okay? Figure out how many of those reasonably you can accomplish on any given day, okay? How long does it take you to make host packets? How long does it take you to, send 5 messages to a customer? Not very long, right? How long does it take you to send out emails from customers you had from the weekend? Not very long, right? So you can do a lot of these tasks within a 2 to 3 hour block. But if you're somebody working a full-time job, it may not be reasonable for you to say, okay, I have 2 or 3 hours every single day, because most of you won't have that, right? But you may have 30 minutes a day, right? Or you may have an hour a day, not every day of the week. Maybe your schedule is I work my business Mondays and Fridays, or Tuesdays and Thursdays, or whatever it looks like for you. The most important thing is that you figure out, if I'm going to be devoting X amount of time to my business, what am I trying to accomplish during that time? Okay. Break your calendar down into everything that you need to do. Family time, your appointments, when you're having shows, when your office time is. All of those things are really important for you to see. And I tell you that before you plan office time, put your family stuff on there first, put all your appointments on there next, okay? Any shows that you already have scheduled on there next. If you're working, put your work schedule on there. That probably should be first. And then go from there and figure out when you can carve out 30 minutes or when you can carve out an hour, okay? When you can carve out 15 minutes. How many of you guys can accomplish a lot of things in 15 minutes? If you're prepared for it, how many of you can accomplish a lot of things in 15 minutes? If you know tomorrow at 7 o'clock, I have 15 minutes and I'm going to use it for X, Y, and Z, you have a plan already in mind, right? You know what you're doing with that 15 minutes. It's a lot easier to walk into 15 minutes office time knowing exactly what I want to accomplish than walking into my office and being like, oh my God, I have so much to accomplish. I don't know where to start. Would you guys all agree? So knowing is half the battle, says G.I. Joe. And he's a real American hero, dang it.
G.I. Becky.
You're funny. So the challenge is, though, that you have to do it, right? So we're talking about it, okay? Everybody's excited about it right now. You're like, oh my gosh, I need to sit down and make a list. Oh my gosh, I need to sit down and make my calendar. Oh my gosh, I need to do this. Oh my gosh, I need to do that. One thing at a time. Just one thing at a time. I'm a really big believer, if you try to change 10 things at one time, you're never going to change 10 things, right? But if you try to change things one at a time, you're going to change things one at a time. But when you take on 10 tasks at one time, none of it's ever going to be 100% done. It's just not. I mean, like my laundry that's been sitting up there for 3 days, it needs folded, right? I did like 5 loads of laundry, and then you look at the pile and you're like, oh, it's just easier to walk away from it and not fold it. It's very much how our business is, guys. Okay. So don't overwhelm yourselves. Don't overwhelm yourselves. There's no reason to overwhelm yourselves. And that's why I'm saying that you don't have to spend 12 hours a day working on Pampered Chef. Okay. It would be awesome if you did, because you could be you'd be the next national if you did. But if you have 15 minutes, then use 15 minutes. If you have an hour, then use an hour. Use whatever time your schedule allows, but have a plan in place for that hour or that 15 minutes. Okay. Was that everything I had? All right, does anyone have any questions at all? We're going to open up the chat line. I'm full of myself, I know. It's the ears. Nobody has any questions. Wow.
I have a question, but it's not related to anything you're saying. Like, I mean, it is, but it's not.
Anything you want, ask away.
I was just going to ask if you could possibly stay on for a couple minutes after this to talk to me and Hubs together, because he has things he wants to ask you.
Sure, most definitely. I can absolutely do that. Anybody else have questions? Anybody have concerns? Anybody completely overwhelmed thinking about all this? Jackie is. I love it. Okay. That's, you know what? It's okay to be honest about it, right? It's okay. Trust me. If you weren't overwhelmed thinking about, oh my gosh, I want to earn this trip, then I would be concerned, you know? Yeah. I'd be concerned. So, all right, guys. So just remember, if you're interested in joining Director Bound in January, by the 15th, let me or Tiffany know. And then we'll schedule from there. We'll schedule a Zoom call from there. If you need to schedule a call with me one-on-one time, I do have time on Sunday available this weekend. I don't have a show, so you guys know I have 2 hours on Sunday that I'll be in the office. So if anybody needs time on Sunday, just let me know. Other than that, I can't really think of anything. We still do have the 12 days of Christmas Team Challenge going on. So if you haven't started on those tasks, it's not too late. Okay. It's not too late to go back to the first, or, you know, like first is, oh my gosh, that's too, yeah, we can't do that one. You know, so maybe the second, like, oh, second's not good for me. You know, you can go back and see which ones you manageably think you can do. Okay. But you know, there's lots of time left for the team challenge. So the thing about the team challenge is this, that it is designed so that if you do every single task, guess what's going to happen with your business?
You touch it every day and it's going to grow, because that's what it's done to me. Like, I get messages while I'm at work and I'm like, ah!
Yeah. So you touch it every day. That's a good thing, right? But it's also, there's lots of different types of tasks in there. Some of them are going to stretch you outside of your comfort zone, right, Beth, with going live. Some of them are going to give you opportunity to book shows if you don't have any shows on your calendar, because we know we want to start January with shows on our calendar if we want to earn a trip, right? So it's not too late to go backwards and look, okay? So, all right, Branda, do you have any questions?
I just want to set up time with you Sunday to go over about what we were talking about before.
Okay. Shoot me a message and we'll figure out what time on Sunday.
Okay.
Okay. Jackie and Mike? Nothing? Y'all are good?
Well, I guess so. I'm just going to be away all weekend, so.
Oh, that's not fair.
Well, I'm competing, so.
Oh. Yeah. Good luck. Are you ready? Are you ready?
I've been sick for 2 weeks, so we'll find out.
Mike, can she kick your butt yet?
Always.
I love it. Oh, Beth, do you have anything, sweetheart?
No, not right offhand.
Okay. Laura, how about you? Laura? Oh, there you are.
I guess it would be if I was not muted, huh? I will schedule with you on Sunday.
Okay, send me a message and we'll figure out what time.
All righty.
And then Brandy, you can stick around. I guess, is Gail already off? I don't see her on my screen anywhere. Gail, are you there still? I think she already jumped off.
I was gonna say she might have jumped off to drive home.
Yeah, probably. All right, my friends. Well, you guys all have a good evening. If you need me, you know where I'm at. You know how to find me. Set those goals. Get those calendars ready. Let's make magic happen. What do y'all say? I'm excited. Oh my gosh. I hope I can take about 15 people with me to Disney because that will be so exciting. Oh my gosh. But I will need Kleenex for sure. For sure. All right, you guys, have a great evening.